Let me start with a question. Do you know how much you spent last month? If you can answer that within 10%, you are in a small minority. This gap between perceived actual spending is one of the most common reasons retirement plans fail in the first year. If you watched our recent video on the 5 behaviors that separate confident retirees from anxious ones, behavior number 2 was running a 90-day spending audit before you retire. That video explained the reasons behind this approach. Today, I'll explain how to complete the process. By the end of this video, you'll know how to identify the key number every retirement plan relies on. If you're new here, my name is Sunuk Jin. I'm a certified financial planner. I lead a team of advisors serving pre-retirees and business owners across the country. Today, we'll take an in-depth look at the spending audit. This exercise is free, takes a couple of hours of focused work, and provides the most important figure in your retirement plan. So let's begin. This exercise is more important than many people realize. Your retirement plan projects an income. Maybe it's $7,000 a month after taxes. Maybe it's $10,000. Whatever the number, the plan assumes your spending will fit within it. However, very few individuals have verified this assumption. Most pre-retirees walk into retirement with a number in their head that's based on what they think they spend. 6 months into retirement, the numbers often do not add up, leaving many unsure of the cause. The 90-day spending audit is how you find your real number before retirement starts. Not your estimate, not your guess, your actual number. Once you have this number, every other aspect of your plan becomes clear. We'll begin with timing. Why is a 90-day period recommended? And why should it be conducted 12 to 18 months before retirement? The 90 days matter because spending varies week to week. Some months you have a property tax payment, some months you have a vacation, some months are just normal. 1 month of tracking isn't enough to see your real pattern. 3 months provide a reliable average. This period is long enough to smooth out variations, yet short enough to ensure completion. The 12 to 18 months before the retirement window matter because of 2 competing factors. You want to be close enough to retirement that your current spending patterns reasonably match what you'll spend after you stop working. But you also want to be far enough out that you'll still have time to make adjustments if the audit reveals problems. Conducting the audit 1 year before retirement is ideal. If you are already retired, the audit still works. You just run it on your current retirement spending and compare it to what your plan projected. The process remains the same, regardless of timing. If you're more than 5 years from retirement, the audit is still useful, but the results will be less predictive. Your spending patterns will likely change as you approach retirement. You may complete the audit now and repeat it 12 to 18 months before retirement. One additional note on timing: after completing the audit, plan to repeat it periodically. 6 months before retirement is an appropriate time for a final review. 12 months into retirement, verify that your plan still aligns with your current lifestyle. Repeat the audit every 3 to 5 years thereafter. Major life events also warrant a new audit. The death of a spouse, a move, a major health event. The audit should not be viewed as a one-time exercise. It is a tool to use periodically to ensure your plan remains aligned with your actual circumstances. Let's review what you'll be tracking. These 8 categories compass nearly all expenses. Housing include mortgage or rent, property tax, HOA fees, homeowners or renters insurance, utilities, and repairs and maintenance. Food, track groceries, dining out, coffee shops, and food delivery. Transportation include auto payments, fuel, auto insurance, repairs, public transit, and rideshare. Healthcare, track premiums, co-pays, prescriptions, dental, vision, and any out-of-pocket medical expenses. Insurance. For most pre-retirees, relevant policies include long-term care premiums, umbrella liability, and any permanent life insurance you still hold. If you're still paying disability insurance premiums and plan to retire before policy ends, include these as well. This coverage could still protect you during early retirement if needed before policy expires. Term life insurance usually winds down by this stage. However, if you still have a term policy and are paying premiums included, you may decide to let them expire. Discretionary include travel, entertainment, hobbies, subscriptions, and gifts, also known as your fun money. Family support, track money given to your kids or grandkids, education contributions, or simply helping a friend or family member. And charitable giving include causes you support or organizations that you contribute to. Listing them separately makes giving visible and encourages open discussion. Pick a category for every transaction. If a transaction fits multiple categories, select one and remain consistent. The goal is not perfect categorization. The objective is to understand your actual spending patterns. There are 3 primary methods for tracking your transactions. I will rank them by effort. The most accurate method is to record each transaction as it occurs. Try to record them in a separate spreadsheet within 24 hours. This approach captures cash transactions, charitable gifts, and other items that may not appear on statements. However, this method is the most difficult to maintain for 90 days. Most individuals discontinue this method after a few weeks. A practical alternative is to use your bank and credit card statements as a primary source of information. You collect your statements, categorize each transaction, and total each category. This method captures most expenses as the majority of spending occurs through cards. The limitation is that cash transactions may be missed, so these should be estimated separately. If your household uses minimal cash, this method is highly accurate. The lowest effort method is to use some sort of a spending tracker app. These applications connect to your accounts and automatically categorize transactions. The trade-off is that automatic categorization may be inaccurate, requiring you to verify each category. These tools are a good starting point, but they do not replace a thorough review of your spending. For most pre-retirees, I recommend using the bank statement method. It is practical, sufficiently accurate, and does not require additional software. You can download the past 3 months of statements from your bank and credit card accounts today, then set aside one afternoon to work through them. Review each transaction, assign it to a category, and total each category for each month. Most pre-retirees complete this work in 2 to 3 hours. A quick note before we keep going. To make this exercise easier, I built a free spending reflection worksheet. It's a printable PDF designed to pair with this video. On the left-hand side of each page, you track what you spend in each category over the 90 days. On the right-hand side, reflect on what you want that category to look like in retirement. Do you want to spend more on travel, less on dining out, more on causes that you care about? The worksheet gives you space to think it all through. The link is in the description below. Now let's keep going. Let's address the questions that frequently arise. There are 5 tricky cases worth covering. The first is irregular expenses. Your property tax might be paid once or twice a year, a vacation that bunches 2 weeks of spending into 1 month, holiday gifts that pile into December. These expenses can distort your monthly average if not handled properly. The solution is straightforward. When you see one of these, annualize it. For example, $6,000 in annual property tax should be recorded as a $500 per month regardless of when it was paid. Same with insurance premiums paid annually, gifts, and any other irregular spending. The second is healthcare. Healthcare is a spending category that changes most significantly in retirement. Before age 65, you may be on COBRA or marketplace coverage, which may come with higher premiums. After 65, you'll be on Medicare. Your audit captures what you're paying today. Your retirement should also project what you'll pay for healthcare in retirement. These are not the same number, and don't try to fix this in the audit. Simply note that healthcare is an area where the audit figure may not provide the complete picture. The third is debt payments that will end before retirement. The most common example is a mortgage. If your mortgage will be paid off before you retire, you handle it in 2 steps. During the 90 days of tracking, you include a mortgage payment because you're actually paying it. is part of your real spending today. Then on the comparison page at the end, you subtract that mortgage payment since it won't be part of your spending in retirement. Fourth is new expenses that will start in retirement. As I mentioned, individual health insurance premium before Medicare kicks in might be much higher than group health insurance from work. Long-term care premiums, should you decide to have one. Maybe more travel because you'll have time for it. These won't appear in your current expenses because you haven't paid them yet. They have to come from your plan's projection, not from the audit. Fifth is joint versus separate accounts. If you and your spouse maintain separate accounts and credit cards, you need to track both. The audit should be conducted at the household level, not the individual level. Pull every statement from every account. If funds move between your own accounts, disregard these transfers. You're tracking expenditures that level the household, not internal transfers. After 90 days of tracking, you should have a pretty good understanding of where your money is going and what it might look like when you decide to retire, even without a formal financial plan. Not your estimate, not your guess, the real number. When you multiply the monthly average by 12, that's the amount you need to generate every year after taxes just to maintain your lifestyle. Also, after this exercise, it may reveal which categories are eating more of your budget than you assumed. Auto-renewing subscriptions that you're not really using. The total amount for dining out was much higher than you thought. Major categories like housing, transportation have drifted upward over the years without anyone noticing. These are the places where adjustments can produce real changes in your spending numbers if you decide changes are needed. Now you have your number, your annual cost, and your category insights. That alone puts you ahead of most pre-retirees walking into retirement. Once you have these numbers, you can put it to work right away. Start with this. Add up your expected Social Security benefits and any pension income. That's your income floor in retirement. Subtract that amount from your real monthly spending number. What is left is what your portfolio has to cover. That single calculation tells you something important. However, the audit alone can't tell you if you are able to cover the rest of the expenses from your portfolio. It can't tell you when to claim Social Security to maximize your household lifetime benefit. It can't tell you the right order to draw from your accounts so that your tax bill stays manageable. It can't tell you what your healthcare costs will look like before Medicare kicks in. Those answers come from building out the full financial picture, not from running an expense audit. If and when you want help putting together a comprehensive plan that could address all of other aspects, I welcome the opportunity for us to have a conversation. Whether that's the next week or next year, you have the audit as the foundation. Before we wrap up, let me name the mistakes I see most often. There are 6 of them. First, downloading your statements but never actually working through them. Second, rushing through your statements so quickly that you overlook important details. The bank statement method is effective only if you carefully review your spending. Some people quickly scan through months of statements, assign categories, and finish in 20 minutes. This approach does not provide meaningful insight. It is simply rushing to finish. The solution is to take your time. Depending on your transaction volume, set aside 1 to 2 hours to complete this process. Review each transaction individually. Consider whether you recall each transaction. Identify categories that appear more frequently than anticipated. The goal is not to finish quickly. The objective is to understand your actual spending. Third, neglecting to annualize irregular expenses. We've covered this earlier, but it's worth repeating. If you pay $6,000 annually in property tax, the audit should reflect this is a $500 per month. Do not record 0 for 11 months and a $6,000 for 1 month. Fourth, counting investment transfers as spending. If you move $5,000 from your checking account to your investment account, that's not spending. This is simply reallocating your own funds. Do not include transfers in the audit. Fifth, tracking only one spouse's accounts. The audit should be conducted at the household level. Include all accounts for both spouses. 6. Conducting the audit for only 30 days. A single month does not capture spending variations. A 90-day audit helps smooth out irregularities. Do not take shortcuts. Let me bring it all together. The 90-day spending audit is how you find your real monthly spending number before retirement starts. Run it 12 to 18 months out or any time after if you're already retired. Track every dollar across 8 categories: housing, food, transportation, healthcare, insurance, discretionary, family support, and charitable giving. Use bank and credit card statements as your source of truth and annualize any irregular expenses. After 90 days, your number tells you what your retirement will actually cost each month and what your annual spending needs are. Put that number to work. Subtract your guaranteed income from it to see what your portfolio has to cover. Look at the categories that surprise you and try a 30-day adjustment. The whole exercise takes a couple of hours, covers 90 days of your spending, costs nothing, and gives you a number most pre-retirees never actually know. 2 things to leave you with. First, the worksheet that pairs with this video is in the description below. It's free, it's printable, and it gives you space to do both the tracking and bigger thinking about what you want retirement to actually look like. Second, when you're ready to talk through the full picture, whether that's next week or next year, the link to schedule a conversation is also there. You can also take our free 7-minute retirement confidence assessment if you would like a broader read on where your retirement plan stands today. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.